So basically, yeah, if you go into the YouTube and the TFSA Engineering, where I'm keeping your stuff at this point, there is a playlist called that. So you just go into that and listen to all the videos we record. All right, so back to this. So as you can see, your little house has been drawn. We said it was a brick veneer wall, but yet it doesn't look like it. So you need to just, if you want to see it that way, you need to just click on the detail level and change it down the bottom in your status bar from coarse to fine. And now you can see that a bit better as a brick and the internal sort of stud wall. All right. And just go in and put a couple of stud walls in there. You just got a stud wall. So, yeah. We'll just draw a 90 stud timber, preferably. Look for the timber one, stud timber. And it can be changed afterwards. Just put anything anywhere, really. You can do any angle wall you want as well. You can just do an angle if you want. It doesn't matter. It just joins it up at the end. Escape. Oops. There you go. So see, it just joins it up. And that will do for now. You can change things anytime anyway. Like if you've got the wrong wall, you can just highlight it by either clicking one by one or doing the crossing window like you do in CAD from right to left. Just picking, and when you're highlighting, it's different to CAD. You have to use the control key to add more than one component, right, to the selection. But yeah, you can highlight it and change it to something else just simply by dropping down the properties if you picked up the wrong wall. All right, so that can be done. Similarly, and I think I'm guilty of that now. Maybe I'm not sure if I constrained it to up to level. No, I have constrained it to level 1, which is good. Accidentally, I didn't actually check. But if it wasn't constrained to level 1, you can do it afterwards again. You can go here and just change the constraint so it doesn't go to 8000 tool. All right, so things like that can be done afterwards. All right, so if you want to see what you've done in 3D, like if you can't wait, you can, there's no 3D option here, but once you click this button at the top here in your quick access bar, it'll create a 3D section in here somewhere. So we'll do that. And in here now we've got a 3D views, so there's one standard 3D view here. So you can go back there next time if you want, or just keep clicking that button. So again, now how do we move around this? We can hold the shift key down and the middle mouse button and just move around like that and look at this building from wherever side you want. All right. So you can also change the visual style here, so it's fine. And also you can change to say shaded or realistic. So shaded looks like that. You can see the bricks in there. All right. Okay, so that's the that there. Now, if you want to put a door in or something like that, you're probably best going to the ground floor and adding a door in here like that. So if you want to add a door, we'll just go to the door there and just click it. And that's the door it gives you, but you can always load more from in here, from the under the modified section here. You can just click, don't do it, but you can click in there and go and find some more doors, or if you downloaded any, just navigate and find those. But this door might not be the one you want, and in your little exercise it'll show you how to edit the properties and create one that's the right size. But for now, we'll just we'll go with that. We'll have a look, make sure always look at the options, and there's none there to really change. There's no seal height is 0, which is fine. Head height can be changed as well, but we'll just put it in here. There's my door. If I don't like the way it swings, I can click these little controls here, and that changes it around. All right. Similarly, you can flip it to the outside. Okay. Yep. You're stuck. All right. So you can just keep putting these doors in. We put a few around the place, and so there you go. And just when you've had enough, just escape a couple of times and you get out of it, or you can press the modify key over the top here, top left. All right, so because we've done that, of course we've created the 3D, but we also created the elevation. So if you go down to the south elevation, double click on it, you can see your door, for example, and you can move around different elevations and see what you've done. And not very thrilling at this point, you haven't got a roof or anything like that, but that's alright. Let's go to the ground floor again by double clicking on it and just chuck in a window, I suppose, as well. Again, options here, we've got head height, we've got seal height and all that. You can leave that as is for now on the properties. And just drop a couple of windows in. Put a few around just to make it look pretty. That's it, really. Escape a couple of times. And I've got a 3D. It's looking a bit better now. A bit more like a house. Yeah, good. Actually got windows. Alright, so just go back to ground floor. So you have to always keep checking what you're doing, you know. Ground floor, 3D, always look around, twist it around, make sure you can see it properly. And now we're getting a bit of a form here, so really we can do that viewport thing just about now, but we don't have to worry about it right now. Alright, so let's just maybe just throw a roof on it, and then, or maybe we'll put a slab on it first, and then we can just have a bit of a break after that as well. Alright, so let's do that. Let's put a slab on it. Now the slab here, if we just click on it, again you can have a structural or architectural slab. Let's go with a structural. Alright, so your icons might look a bit different, but it should be in that vicinity there. It's under the architecture tab. Yeah, if you just click it, this little arrow, it'll give you the structural floor. Okay, so once you click on it, it goes sort of a grey look. So basically what it does there, it drops you into this sketch mode, which is a bit different to CAD. Inventor has an idea, but not any other program I've used anyway. So it's got this sketch mode idea. I know that because it's changed colour for one. Two, it's given me this tick and cross on the ribbon. So, and of course, because I issued a command, I get these additional little options with the lines and the arcs and whatever have you there. So you just got to be careful when that comes up. Sometimes you might want to, you end up clicking somewhere else to insert something, and then you think, okay, well, how do I get out of that sketch mode? You've got to always remember that there's a little green tab up here. If there's a green tab up there, go look there first. Because it's usually asking you, what do you want to do? You want to tick it or cross it, you know. So anyway, we'll just continue on. Now, what's our slab? Well, it's telling us here our slab is in 150 generic, whatever. I don't know. It's not concrete, it's not anything. Let's see what else we've got. That would do. 150 generic. Okay. So, again, you have an offset. So you can make it so it's it's bigger than the walls, but you don't need to. So yeah, what you want to do is maybe extend into the core, maybe not. Generally we do structurally, so let's leave it at that. Now a little trick with Revit is that you can hover over a wall, and I can do that because the default button is this thing here called Pick Walls on the options up here. It's not line, for example. I can sketch them by just drawing over it, but if I've got the walls option, I can just hover over a wall and press tab once, and it highlights them all, but it doesn't actually pick them. You've got to make sure you don't move your mouse, and at the same time click with your left mouse button when they're sort of highlighted blue. That's when it actually draws the lines in for you automatically, or where the slab's going to go. This little guy here, the two lines, it just indicates the direction of the span of the slab. No, we don't need to worry about that. So once that's done, all I've got to do really is press tick, and I should get a slab happening. This thing here is my span direction, and the reason it's blue is because it's highlighted at this point. If I escape once, it just disappears. Alright, so if we go to our 3D, we should be able to see the floor now, and underneath it's not like empty. So it's now the concrete does go to about halfway through the wall, because it's said to extend to the core of the wall. So it looks a bit funny from out here, but that's because it's got no footings on it yet. Alright, so that's that. Now the same idea, you can go back to your ground floor plan, you can put a roof, the same idea. Alright, I'll just give you a minute to catch up with that. So, we had a couple of questions. One of them that I have is if I want to, for example, I've just put those walls in randomly, how do I change them? If I click on here, I want to move it gives me some temporary dimension of what it is up here. So if I wanted that wall to actually be 6,000, or say on this side, perhaps on the corner to be something, what you need to do is click on this little button here. It's a little round dot, and it puts the dimension from the outside. Now this is at 8,000, which is good. But what if I wanted it to be 7.5? Right. So what you do is click on this number here and make that 7,500, and hopefully you won't run into a door or anything like that. All right, so that, because I had that wall highlighted, that's the wall that moved to the left. All right. If I just undo that, Control Z or undo, if I clicked on here though, now and then click on here once, see if I keep clicking on here, it just moves to the center, to the other side, and only 3 positions, all right? You can also pick these guys up. You can also pick these guys up, click, hold, and drag, and put them, come down to the face, and you can put it to the face that you want, or even to a different wall altogether. Right, but if you want to measure from there, I put it there. Now it says 8,000. What if, now if I do the same thing as before, but change this to 7,500, it moves this wall in, or out if I put a bigger number than 8,000, all right? Because I've got that wall highlighted, that's the wall that's going to move, all right? So that's how that works, so you know how it works, all right? Now, that should, in theory, have moved my slab as well, because it should be locked to it. So if I have a look here, my slab should be attached to it, okay? Now, the other question we had was how do we change the slab if I wanted to modify it and make my slab out here for a carport or whatever? Well, you can. What you can do is somehow click on the slab, and if I click on here, I got it, I was lucky, all right? But if I can't get it, one thing, because it's 3D stuff underneath each other, you can actually just do this. You can highlight everything, either here or in 3D or whatever, or you can go to 3D if you want, catch it on 3D and then come back here and modify it. But if I highlight everything, if I go to this little filter here or that filter up there, all right, I can check none and then just select the floors only. So it's a good way of filtering out what's inside something else, you know, nobody you can't see or pick on. All right, so go OK, and I know I've got the slab now for sure. All right, so that's the little filter. Now I've got the slab. It presents me with an edit boundary. So if I've added the boundary on the modified tab there, all right, so if I click that, you've got grey again. You show me those pink lines, and then it's a matter of clicking this and bringing it out in amount, and just brings the whole thing out. Just click and drag. But how far out did you go? That's a good question. Well, I went 4,000, you know, but if you don't want 4,000, you just click on that number and change it to 3,500 if that's what you want. It comes back a bit. Similarly, okay, that's fine. You might not want it the full length though. You know, you might not want it all the way down there. So you just draw another line. Just pick the line command and just say, okay, well, I'm going to draw a line from that corner there to about whatever you want there, say, to across there. All right, and then you use this, what I call the fillet command, which actually they call it trim extend in here. All right, because I use the AutoCAD terminologies, and just click. Oh, then you can just, because it has to be like a closed loop, so we can't have any bits to stick out. So just reconstruct it like that. Once you've got it right, escape, and click that, and now we've got our slab out there. I can just save. Okay, it's not save for now. Okay, so that's what we've done. All right, so that, again, as I said before, you could have come here and sort of moved this up and clicked on here and got the slab. If you didn't want to use the filter and you couldn't get it any other way, then double click on the ground floor and it's still highlighted, and you can just work on it on the ground floor. So you can get it from another view, highlight it, and work on a different view to modify it. All right. So yeah, double clicking with the middle mouse button just does a zoom extents as well. And as Matt just pointed out, if I use the control key rather than the shift key, I can and the middle mouse button, I can zoom in and out that way. But the shift key, I can, in the middle mouse button, I can just scroll around. I can just orbit around it. All right. Good trick. Thanks for that. All right. So that's basically that's that. All you've got to do is just put a roof, and the thing is finished, as far as we're concerned for now. So let's do that now. Okay. Let's just drop a roof on here, and having a carpenter in the room, perhaps. If I go with the roof, this does it to me every time. It's my fault. I went to the ground floor and I said, "Let's put the roof on." He says, "You kidding me? You're not putting the floor on the roof on the ground floor." He says, "Do you want to put it on the first level?" And yes, I do. That was silly of me to go to the ground floor to do that. Say yes, and then it gives me this generic 400 thick roof, which is a bit too thick. Just click on here and just change that to 125 roof for now. And overhang, this will do the overhang. Now, you might know about pitching points if you know construction, but we want to pitch our roof off the internal. This is in a brick veneer construction. This is the bit that holds the roof up. This is the timber frame, not the brick bit. So we want to pitch our roof from here, but yet we want to have 600 overhang out here. So I know the bricks are 110, and it's a 50 millimeter cavity. So 110 plus that's 160, plus my 600. I want to have an overhang from the core, what I call the core or the load bearing area. I want an overhang of 760, which will give me 600 clear outside the brick wall. Right? So what I want to do here is set that my roof is extends to the wall core, which is where I'm going to pitch it from, and I'm going to have an overhang of 760 all the way around. So I'll type that in. Any other options I want to change here? Probably not. So then I'll just see if we can click in here and just zoom out and just see because I've got the wall again here highlighted, pick walls up the top here. If I go there, you can see where the overhang is going to start forming, but we don't click it there. We'll do the same thing as we did with the slab, and we'll just tab once, picks up all the walls, and just click. And the other thing you want to change while you've got that clicked like that is change this roof from 30 degrees to 22.5 pitch. All right, so the angle of the roof is going to be 22.5, and we'll change that in the slope section under the properties section here. All right, and then just apply. And of course you can go through and change things afterwards. Let's just see what we've done. Just do the little tick here now, and just go to your 3D and have a bit of a look. That's all we've done. All right, there's our house done. While I'm here in 3D, I'm going to select this roof and I'm going to edit the footprint. And I'll get these pink lines. I'm going to click on this front one here, this one, and I'm going to, so you can change the different pitches if you have a different pitch for that one if you want, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just take the tick that says define slope from the options bar here, just take the tick off up here, just take that off, and then go tick here, which means it makes like a gable roof at the front there. All right. If I escape that, now what we're going to do is click on the wall here, and then we're going to say, because I clicked on it, it presented with this additional command here. It just comes up afterwards. Attach top base, and we're going to select this roof here. And what that does, it just closes up the hole. You might want to save your drawing if you want to keep it as your first muck around drawing. You can just call it whatever and make sure you can find it.